Okay.
So
great.
now,
On est en attente de déploiement. Profitez-en pour vous échauffer.
Yeah, I cut you, sorry. Because there is a delay and I thought that you were done cast. You can finish your interview.
so now we're in the far future, like 150 years from the
Ennemi
cure,
déployé dans la zone des opérations.
and the man.
It's kind of oops in his case, huh? Isn't that? Okay, great. Thank you. I have one more question. What is the genre of this story?
Ta gueule, ta gueule.
Science fiction.
Ennemi déployé dans la
Science
zone des
fiction.
opérations.
Great, you're right. Futuristic science fiction. Yeah, very right. So,
Je me suis fait toucher.
so what? What would be the problem with that, John Steven? Triplet. Okay, you must be very happy. What's the problem with that, John Steven?
I didn't read it.
Why? And you didn't do the home task, I assume?
No.
From 1 to 8. Okay, Shanika, please. What is the matter with that triplet? What?
If he wants to keep like the 3 babies, he will need like 3 volunteers to die.
Okay. And it's not easy. No one wants.
Yeah.
Battle
Did he
Royale.
succeed in that?
Désignez un point de parachutage à votre
Yes,
équipe, soldat.
he did.
Okay, great. My next question to you would be, what is the moral of this story? And we can go by volunteers. Just to give the points.
Well, madam,
Yes, please, Frederick.
I think it's like something that, like life.
The main message, yeah? The main message of it.
Well, if we, well, I'm not even sure. I don't like it. I could do a resume of what I think it is, but so I think the moral should be like people need to die at some point, or we're gonna live in a world like this where we have to decide like when people die, and I think it's harder when we decide it at some point. So yeah.
Okay, when it's predicted, huh? Shanika, thank you. Shanika, what do you think?
Et
I was just going to say that
Triomphez de vos ennemis.
I think the moral is that people would do crazy things in order to protect the ones that they love.
It's true, and to stay alive, because even though you're 99, as I told you, the story, you still want to live. Thank you, Sahar.
I think it's each person volunteering to die. Is actually volunteering to new birth, new life.
Okay. Yeah, they mentioned already let us say
Cible mise à prix marquée.
to die
Au
for
travail.
something. Just not to die for the sake of not to live anymore, not to suffer anymore. Yeah, that's yourself. But if you're totally okay, you give your life for somebody. And they go in further because they say not to give your life for somebody that you love, but to give your life for somebody that you don't know, for your neighbor, for somebody who's next to you, huh? Okay. What any other philosophical points can you find in here in the text before we start analyzing from 1 to 8? Anybody for the point? What other philosophical nuances you can see in the story? Messages, appeals to humanity. Nobody and nothing? Silly, please.
I think it's like it shows kind of how we will react to when we will find like a cure to be immortal. Like we always wonder what it's going to be like, you know, if we find something that will keep us alive for an eternity. And I think that this story like shows us like a point of view of someone who imagined it that kind of way.
Very good. Thank you, Silly. And my last question before we start. Why do we call the story in the following way as 2B or 02B? Why do we call it like this? Why? What is standing behind the title of the story? Only 10? So I assume I have only several people who are the 10. Go ahead.
Well, the 0 is pronounced in the English manner, so not. So it's 2B, not 2B. It's basically the phone number you call to arrange a suicide in a gas chamber. It's for people who have decided they have lived long enough.
Okay, thank you, Tan. So it's a metaphor, basically. It's a number, but on the other hand, it's a metaphor. So I guess cameras also, they involve some historical points of view, because you know who used the gas cameras as well. Okay, great, let's go by questions. So please, question 1. Janelle, go ahead, read the question for us.
Un massacre. Je suis un massacre.
Can you
C'est
show
un
me
massacre.
the question 1 on the book because I
C'est vraiment
only found
en train de one-shot tout le monde, gros. Elle met des FF à tout le
Till you
monde.
have answers, I don't
Drone ennemi au-dessus.
Elle met des 200 à toutes les personnes qui sont
Vous
chaque
êtes pourchassés par une équipe
Okay,
ennemie.
you're
Ah
welcome.
non, je suis mort.
Ah, cher.
Voilà, j'ai 4 kills gros, je fais un tel massacre, c'est un truc de ouf. Oh oui.
find
Oh, c'est ça.
the passage
Non, pas
hidden.
bien, c'est
Okay, just you can share
No, 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 no.
whatever you remember. So what was that passage about?
Milano et le pompe.
I really
Oh,
don't
yeah,
remember because I read it in my book and I don't
J'ai un
remember.
skill, trop fort.
You don't have it. Amin, can you answer this question?
Oh, j'ai fait ma meilleure game.
What is the
Oh,
question?
je suis un meilleur game gros.
Number 1. Find the passage early in the story that
Oh, le
predicts
Milano,
what
oh,
will
Oh,
happen
je suis un
to
meilleur
Dr.
game
Hill.
gros.
I don't know what it is.
T'es en quoi là? T'es en train
Okay, one more person and then the volunteers. Henry, do you know the answer to this
No, no,
question,
it's okay.
please?
Mais je suis un meilleur gars.
Which question, miss?
Number 1. Find a passage early in the story that predicts what will happen to Dr. Fitz.
I'm not sure I know this. I didn't understand the text.
Oh, trop nul.
You didn't understand the text? Why? It's so complicated?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the contact channel here. I have to let them know. Please make the text less complicated. Guys, volunteers to answer question 1. After several attacks on the other people, I have Tan and Sahar. Go ahead,
Drone
Tan.
ennemi au-dessus. C'est trop tard.
It's when Dr. Hill sees the portrait of potentially dead people. He says, I can practically imagine I'm standing in the middle of it.
Trouver de l'argent est brutal.
Just right. Thank you. Do you have something to add,
Oh, mais
Sahar?
look,
Maybe
look.
something that Tan didn't mention and you wanted to
Y'a
add?
trop de mecs.
For the passage, I'm not really sure about it, but it's when the smile, it's right here, the smile faded as he saw that Rollins has thrown a revolver.
Non.
Okay, so you picked the one that is really metaphorical. Yeah, it can be accepted as well. Thank you so much. Please, number 2, let's move forward and I will have Pedro, can you do it?
Yes.
Please, can you read it for us?
What are Dr. Hill's 2 main roles in the society?
Yeah.
But I only found one.
Which one? Share.
He's the
Oh, je fais un massacre gros. Moi et mon pote il a 12 kills là.
obstetrician.
Wow.
Yeah.
Obstetrician, good. Let me find some other role. Thank you, Pedro. And the other role that Pedro didn't mention? To main roles. Yes, please, because I'm not sure whether you had
Les
it.
coûts des stations de ravitaillement ont été ajustés.
He was responsible for setting up the very.
Okay, great. Something else to add to that, guys? Okay, good. Let's move forward. Question number 3, please, Nell.
Drone ennemi
I
au-dessus.
repeat the question.
Yes, please.
Why does Laura Duncan not want her face painted on the body of a woman crying deadness? Tearing. Sorry. Well, I didn't finish the text.
Braquerie terminée.
You don't have the answer for me right now?
No.
And what about Anson? Do you have an answer for me for this question, number 3? Anson?
Yes.
Do you have an answer for question 3?
No, I don't. But I did the 2 first.
On est dans la
But you didn't do number 3, did you do number 4?
Conduit.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so do number 4. Wait a second, I'll be back to you. I'll just find somebody to do number 3. Please, number 3 volunteers, Shanika.
I just said what she said. She said because for her that body is more for the disposal people and she doesn't do disposing.
Very good. Somebody else to add something to that answer? Please, Anson, do number 4. Anson, please, you can do number 4. Can you read it and give your answer?
Yes, my bad. So I wrote that,
Can you read it first? Can you please read it first? Just a very question.
okay, Dr. Hitz believes that population control increases human happiness. Do you agree? Explain your answer. I wrote, it doesn't increase the human happiness. Well, apparently to him, because sometimes people can lose people they love and it would impact them negatively.
Oh les gars, c'est la meilleure game. Je vous jure, sur la vie de ma mère, c'est la meilleure game que j'ai fait de ma vie.
So I can actually listen to several points of view. Vichuna, do you have something to share?
No.
Nothing to share.
Le gaz est à proximité.
Do you have somebody else as a volunteer to share, and we will compare your answer to Anson's? So Anson's like no, and he explained why. I have Daniel, please.
de la zone, maniez-vous de revenir.
Il en reste plus que 10.
I said I do not agree because if you let the
Oh la crise.
population
Oh oui, je la crise.
more like in liberty,
Oh.
like do what they want to do, they're more happy than controlling them. That's what mine said, man.
Okay, thank you. I have Ryan, please.
I don't know if it increases happiness, but some people said that without this you can enjoy life.
Okay, but see, Ryan getting so philosophical. Good. Thank you so much.
Je suis un active,
Was
putain.
that somebody else wanted to?
Non, c'est juste moi, Monica. I just said
Yeah.
that was what I
Le gaz
asked
What
arrive.
you
in
have?
that.
Okay, that's a nice expression. Thank you. Moving forward, guys. We're running out of time. No, I plan to be done with 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Perdez du terrain.
Please,
Le temps est écoulé.
let's start
Vous avez
with
échoué.
number 5. So the following names are used for the municipal guest chambers of the Federal Bureau of Termination. Pick 2 names. Look up the words in the dictionary to help explain their meaning. Lawrence, do you have any answers for us in this question number 5? Do you at least have Lawrence?
Le gaz se rapproche. Changement de zone de sécurité. Perdez
When I
du
call on
terrain.
people, they do not respond, I modify the presence. Please, do I have anything from
Oh oui.
Five?
Oh le top 1 10.